But now I'm immediately going to... I know what I just did.
Excellent start.
There we go. That should be right. Yeah. I do love the infinity mirror thing that you can do. But no. That's fine. There you go. What was I doing? I was building a cactus farm. Yeah, I've started the playing more on the Java single player that I did. It's actually looking quite good there. Though my house is still a cave, I haven't actually built a house.
Could you resend me the invite?
I don't understand why. It must be some stupid Windows setting that's like
It might just be Windows 11, the build time on it. It's
I don't,
been
but it's only
weird
whenever
recently.
I go off the game. It's not you. Oh, seeing how many torches are here and thinking about how you need to have a light level of 0 for enemies to spawn, it's just like... Yeah, this is too many now. That's fine, I don't care. I'm not going to change it.
Lights look better in this anyway, so it still looks
Yeah.
nice.
What was I doing? Was I cactusing up the whole thing, or was I building the walls? I think I was building the walls. Oh yeah, I was using deep slate for that, wasn't I? I think. Also, I learned something. The Bedrock Edition lets you use bone meal on sugarcane. Which could actually make a potentially infinite bone meal generator work quite well. Well, not necessarily infinite, but a lot. Depends. Depends on what the chances are for sugarcane. Copy to there, then they pop off. So, do it to here. They would then possibly land there, so I think I do want to go up by 1. Oh, I never changed then. Oops. I'm good at this. There we go. Finally understand that at least. No, why is my frame rate? My frame is only 55-ish. Why? I feel like it's performing worse than last time.
I mean, mine's at like 90, but that's because I'm on the ground.
Yeah, yours will be more. It could just be where I am. They're turning it down to 20 chunks made it thingy up to 80. But no, the thing that I've noticed is ow, like this. No, a thing that I've noticed is how in the newer versions. Oh, I thought that didn't work in this version. Hold on. Why does that work now? I don't know. But no, you can have absurdly high render distances. Up to 64, which is very nice. I don't. This doesn't really matter, I'm just doing this like this. All I need to make sure the design to look good is that when it goes up by a block, so here, like that. Go. And then actually I'll do it there. Yeah, that's how I've done it. Good. The next, like, you're obviously getting all the Pokemon games. Next, it'll be getting all of, like, the Legend of Zelda games.
I have been thinking of doing that, but I need to wait a bit because it has been not a cheap
Yeah,
endeavor.
that's the problem with game collections in general.
Hmm.
I need more Deep Slate. Will I be able to do this with the lag? Yes. I then pressed it too many times.
Yeah, and I played the Pokemon games for longer as well. The only Zelda game I've like properly played is Breath of the Wild, albeit
And
it's
it's also very different to the rest.
yeah,
The sword looks so stupid right now.
looks like you're like running with your arm like out straight in
Yeah,
front of you, holding the sword up.
that's the problem with the FFV I have. Actually, no, yeah, it's like that anyway. Deep Slate. There is none in there. I think you said last time that there are some in your chest. Oh yeah, there's loads.
Yeah, I've
Sure,
just
I'll
sort
take
of
the
been going
cobblestone
up
too.
and like dumping my inventory. So.
The chests are full. No, I still want to make that bone meal generator to then make bamboo. There are two options for that, either build big or build efficient or both. For it to work as I want, I think it will have to be both. Um, how did I miss that block? Also, I've done something that's kind of simple but stupid in my single player on Java. I've put a bell next to a pressure plate for my door. So every time I walk in, it's just dung.
Like that. It's nice.
It works quite well. I want to get over here. Sure. Boop. The only thing is I don't currently have a way out. So I might need to make some ladders. I have scaffolding that can work.
Yeah, I mean we have a decent amount of wood.
Yeah.
The forest is due another chopping down as well.
I'll just do that. Be fine. And that there. Yep, that works. Oh, I done it too high. Boop. Going to night. Ow.
Did I forget my bed? Yes, I did. Before I go too far, I will run back up and grab that, because that will be annoying
Just
otherwise.
refuse. Ah, that would have been interesting. If you used pick block on water, that it would have taken the water bucket out. That isn't how that works. Yeah, well. I am pretty much just building this as a bone meal generator. I want over here to be where it is. Oh, there's skeleton already. Not that dark. Did he come from a cave? I don't know. Now it's dark. Oop. Oh, there.
Yeah, I got the 3 Pokemon Ranger games as well.
They are good.
Mm,
I've
I'm
only fully played 2 and 3.
I'm looking forward to them.
Why did I take full damage before I hit the ground?
I think it did that last time. I think you did the exact same thing last time.
No, last time it was the opposite. I took full damage after I got out of bed.
Oh no, yeah, it was. Don't walk away without the bed, you idiot. There we go.
Oh. Apparently the reach isn't as high as I thought it was. Yeah, the Risk of Rain 2 stuff is going mostly well. Aside from giving up because the internet is awful. Which I've done twice.
We had to like reset our today because it's been really bad. Basically, if I use the internet, it just becomes unusable for anyone else. Like
Yeah.
I was playing Smite with some people last night, and my parents like couldn't watch what they wanted to watch, like because it was on Netflix, and it just wouldn't play back.
Yeah, it isn't that bad, but it turns out that for some reason, somewhere along... Is there a husk somewhere? Somewhere along the chain... Ah, high enough. Maybe. Yeah, it turns out somewhere along the chain, for some reason, if the upload speed drops to 6, or another reason as to why it's dropping to 6, because I don't know, and 6 is perfectly fine for what I put out. I put out a little bit less than 1080p at 60 FPS, because why not? And... I think this is high enough. Yeah. I put out that much. I don't remember what the number is exactly. So 6 up is perfectly fine, because 1080p takes about 6. This is less. But for some reason, the connection will go red. Like, on OBS, it will just show the red box instead of green. And it will complain a lot. And it will just... it will just be awful. Like, basically, PowerPoint.
Yeah, because I ran the speed after I reset it, and I was getting like 70 down, 20 up, which was like
That's...
slightly better than it was before I reset it. So
well,
I
that's
don't know what
about the
it's
same
doing.
as what we get normally here. Means your internet might be better than here.
It's been getting better, but it's just still not being consistent, which is just as annoying.
Hmm. I built this over where I think I did. Built it over where I had my cactus plantation, which is annoying because I kind of want more. But yeah, the problem I've noticed for down here at least isn't speed, it's stability. It's just not
Yeah,
stable enough.
it's quite flaky.
Yeah, like, it doesn't matter how fast you are if it's... Well, perfect analogy. It doesn't matter how fast your wheels are turning on a car if as soon as you turn a corner, it just flies off the road. Because that is what the internet does down here. It flies off the road.
Yeah, like it's not mega good, but you can get
No.
it pretty decent. But
Well, the problem is
when the tire pops every 5 minutes, you don't get
Yeah,
very far.
I accidentally just deleted a whole load of cactus. Only 2, actually. Not a whole load. I find this is easier to collect cactus, break the bottom one, and replace it. But yeah, no, it's just... We live in literally one of the worst areas in the country for internet, so what do you expect? Especially because the global system can't use everyone at the same time at the best of times. Also, rabbits, you gave me a great idea. Where are you? There. You didn't drop anything. Aw. Bundle. I did it again. Yeah, bundles are a thing. I completely forgot about them. But you need rabbit skin to make them. I'm pretty sure the way they work is they don't actually change the size of your inventory, but they change the makeup, so you can stack things together that normally wouldn't be able to. If you had like 32 of one block and 29 of another block and 3 of a third block, they could all go in the same inventory slot, where normally they couldn't. Which I think is actually quite a smart way to do it. I know that some people are complaining that it's not the early game inventory expansion that we need, but actually I would argue that it's perfect, because unlike shulker boxes, which are the like bag type expansion that everyone wants, they are early game. You can get them from the beginning of the game, and they are inventory management, which your inventory is 36, which means you can hold 36 stacks, which I would actually say is quite big. Oh, there's a giant redwood forest over here. I don't know if we knew about that before or not.
I wasn't aware of it.
Have we ever been to this village? I'm just collecting cactus for my farm. Yeah, have we ever been to this village?
I don't think we have, because we talked about it last time. Because I know we went to the other one in the sand, but...
Yeah, but this could be the one where I keep going to it thinking, we haven't been here, and then we just have.
Hmm. Have a look.
Yeah, there's nothing in the farms. Or it might just be because he harvested. Nope, the furnaces are gone, we have been here. Or these ones never have furnaces, I don't know. The only way to really be sure would be to see if there's a chest in a house. But I don't think there is. No, I think we've definitely been here. Oh, because the performance isn't going to get any worse, I'm going to put the render back up a bit. Yeah, I've been playing Java on 48 chunk render distance, and it's been great. I made a massive beacon-type tower. Obviously, you have R1 over there. That isn't very big.
Hmm.
The one that I built on Java is, like, that high? Maybe even
Nice.
higher? It's, like, easily 4 stacks high. Something like that. Oh, it's a birch forest and a giant redwood forest next to each other. That's good.
Very nice.
Yeah, there's loads of villages here. We can easily farm them out for work. Definitely work. I've been watching videos, because I usually ignore villager trades because I don't necessarily care to do them. But I was aware of how overpowered they can be, and after watching some more videos recently, yeah, they're more overpowered than I thought they were. I knew they were like broken, but they're very, very broken. There's so many villagers here. I know that obviously in the other Minecraft co-op, I got mending books from villagers because it was just easier. I used to do it by fishing, but obviously that doesn't work so well anymore because the chances have been all like changed by quite a lot. It's quite an interesting area. I think there's pumpkins over there. Yeah, there are. Yeah, you can get maxed out armor without having to ever touch an enchantment table through villages. As long as you have an anvil. Oh, that? Hold on. That might be using sword. Rabbit just died. No, that isn't what I want to do. I've noticed that the buttons in Bedrock are much less responsive than they are in Java. I pressed escape, try and come out of the inventory, and then started typing, and it just started typing.
Yeah, it's not quite as quick.
There we go. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I don't know what else you need for a bundle. I'm assuming it's rabbit hide and string. I'm gonna get some rabbit, if I can, get some rabbit hide and see. Is that breaking faster than by fist? No. Here's a good question. The bow doesn't normally take... Okay, it is using sword durability. That's fair enough. How many am I on? Almost 2 stacks? Well, in that case. What does this bow have? Maybe a baby rabbit. I don't know. Might be a baby rabbit.
Looks like it is quite small.
No, it dropped
Well,
me.
oh. I haven't seen enough.
Yeah, I haven't
rabbits.
either. That's the problem. I do like how rabbits are desert. It's just interesting to have them be that way. No, I should probably return back home. Going night. Yeah, it's not actually that far away. There's the cactus farm. There's the house. Redwood Forest is just there. So I think this will be our main village, probably. Oh, just for fun. I dig out that. That. Build up. Yeah, no, saying about the internet problems though, the problem is that like network genuinely drops about anywhere from 30 to 60% of the frames. It's stupid. Because that is a lot. Oh, is that the ruined portal? Yeah. And that's that village over there, which I'm pretty sure we've been to. Oh, is that village? Is that village closer to us? Yeah, it is. Because there's the house. Lovely, lovely RTX not rendering. Is the farm empty or is it just not loaded?
It's not. It's not empty, so it's
Well, I
just
can
not
see
loaded.
that the sugarcane's using simple textures over there, so maybe it's just... I don't know. The cactus farm looks so weird. Over there is a cave. I don't know what that cave's for. I don't remember. That's why I put beacons around. It is interesting. We actually live in quite an interesting area. The desert is tiny, but it's useful. That's the only problem with the desert, though, is that there's small. Torch. That's the thing. But yeah, like, there's the house. And the lava. Oh, the lava farm's full. At some point we'll need to put more in there. You know, in the thingy edition, Java edition, what I've started doing in this world is my brain is distracted. Is I'm pretty much leaving all the ores aside from the ones that I decide are necessary. And then waiting till I get a fortune pickaxe, which I now have. So, like now that I have a fortune pickaxe, what I can do is go back through all the cave, because I found a giant cave, and it is massive, and there are 3 spawners in it, which is great.
Very nice.
Yeah. Turns out that when things like that aren't made rarer, but the caves are made massive and open, they're actually quite easy to spot. Same as all the diamond and everything. Though, considering it's a 1.17 world, it's actually still got like all of the diamonds in the initial chunks too.
Yeah.
And so while looking for things from the enchantment table, because I couldn't be bothered to go down to Y like minus 60 or wherever it is, what I did instead was I went down to Y16 and just dug around where I knew was already preloaded. Which to me makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
This is a stupid idea. That's a stupid idea. I have a better idea. Possibly a stupid idea too, but that may also be a stupid idea. How am I gonna do this? Because obviously I put the things in the way. Also, before I... Yeah, that will work. At least it should work. There we go. Not a stupid idea, I just missed. What's the stereotypical Kung Fu Master bamboo thing? Jumping around in all the bamboo shoots. I'm building cactus. Yes, I build the cactus. Ow. Yeah, I still feel like this version is much less responsive, or there's a lot more input delay. It could easily be the massively lower frame rate because of ray tracing. Why did I think that would work? This is the other option, actually. Why don't I do it this way? This is a much better option. Why didn't I do it this way from the start? Oops, I missed one. Or I do it this way. This would also work. I think I'll have enough. I'm not actually sure. Maybe. Yeah, I have no idea. When it turns out for some reason cactus farms don't work in Bedrock, and that would be very sad. So I'm like 100% sure they do work. Because them not working would be stupid. So that should be every piece. Yeah. No, I feel like I'm doing stuff that works in Java, but in this version it's just not. This is the problem without having textured water, is that I can't actually tell where the water is. Well, I can, but I can't thoroughly tell the full picture. That is 100%, isn't it? Yeah. Now the problem is, how do I get out? Actually, that's easy enough. Build like that. And just build up. Don't break on the way. Ta-da! Cactus farm is done.
Yay.
Currently, what it should be collecting is, yeah, all of this stuff. Also, in Java, I got a horse and named him Spud. Because,
Why not?
yeah. I got a thingy, saddle. So I thought, well, I'm gonna go use it. And after a while, I found horse armor too. And I thought, well, I'm gonna go use that as well. And we got Spud. I say we, it was just me. Think of world. And playing this is just making me want to like play Terraria. Because while this is good, my brain is going, yes, but you want to kill things much faster and have progression and things that are happening much better.
Yeah, I played Valheim the other day.
That's a good game.
Hmm.
Some interesting choices considering the ore, but it's not bad. But then, until you get to
Yeah,
the...
I only played it for like hour and a half-ish.
Yeah, you need a lot more time than that.
Hmm.
It's a deceptively slow game.
Yeah, that's one of the main things I've noticed with it is but
It's...
it's sort
Everything
of
has
what
an
I want.
impact.
It's sort of what I want out of a game like that, though. Just sort of
Yeah, also...
nice and slow.
Did I put this vine here?
I don't know. I didn't put it there, and I've been sort of confused by it. But I
Where are the shears? Are they in my chest? Yeah. I think I thought I put it one to the side if I put it there. Oh no, I know what it was. It's because that was the only block you could put a vine on. Because you can't put it on the other stuff for some reason. Yeah, no. There just won't be a vine there. Maybe, I don't know. I do like this here. Also, it turns out that the trees covered in vines outside of swamp biome are called dead trees. Or dying trees, or whichever.
Hmm.
And they're Bedrock exclusive. Java doesn't have them. I didn't know that.
neither did I.
Learn a new thing. Also, something else I learned is if you have fire resistance, but you jump in a cauldron of lava, in Bedrock you take damage. In Java you don't, because obviously you have resistance. How do you make a bundle there? Yes, you can't. Oh yeah, that's a Java thing you can't do here. We have loads of wood. I have 6 chests on me anyway. I don't remember what they're for. And a copper. I don't know. Yeah, we have loads of wood somewhere, probably in the wood chest. All of our ore. Now, what I think we should probably do is... There we go. Make all of these chests. And then, in the beginning of the mine... I left space there on purpose I didn't. Thought I did. It works anyway, because I'm sure at some point we'll do another minecart thingy. Yeah, might as well keep it.
The tree is slowly growing.
Hooray!
It's almost fully grown to what I had placed originally. So hopefully, once that's finished, I can add some more to it and it will actually work.
Yeah, is this a house tree or a farm tree?
Well, I sort of want to use it as like the base of a house, but not do what I did last time, but like make like a more traditional treehouse sort of thing.
Yeah, that'll work.
I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm just going to see how it grows.
I think I showed you one of the old multiplayer worlds I had,
Yeah.
where I had a gigantic treehouse that I just kept expanding on. That was great. Could do that. Something like that. Did I make another mag? My bed is over at the cactus farm, isn't it? Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna sleep. Well, I might as well sleep there, assuming there's no enemies. But no, I'm gonna grab it if I can. I thought I had 2 beds, which is something else I've done in the Java world. I've started placing beds everywhere just because.
Smart.
Yeah, one in the stable, one in the mine, with a clock, which actually turns out they work in an item frame. So I thought they would anyway. Oh, actually, I'll grab the stonecutter as well. There's loads of deep slate in here. Yeah, leave 2 stacks, just cares or whatever.
Yeah, I've got about 25 snacks probably in my chest at the minute, maybe more.
Yeah, that's why I added like 6 double chests to the mine. They're all fully filled out, aren't they? Yeah. Not really running low on food, but I could easily have more. Yeah, I'm not sure about the bundles then, because I was pretty sure it was rabbit hide. And I have rabbit hide. I know 4 rabbit hide together makes a leather. Unless it's because I haven't handled leather in this world, though I'm 90% sure I have. I don't know why I keep searching these chests. We have chests out there. No. Now what we should do one day is a Risk of Rain 2 multiplayer stream. That'd be fun. Probably put my bed back. I might add a Wednesday stream. I don't know. Because RTX Minecraft and Risk of Rain 2 are fun, but they are nowhere near the best stream games. They just don't pull in enough people, as in any. But changing the stuff that would mean sacrificing slots or changing stuff around, and I'd rather change stuff around. And add another one in. Probably finish this at some point. You know what I should do? Make more armor. How much iron do we have?
You could do a Pokemon Platinum stream or something.
Maybe, but I haven't. To be able to do that, I'd have to use the emulator, and I could, but I'd want to have a background and everything. I do plan on doing Pokemon at some point. I plan on doing many things. I have a whole, well, on anyway.
Oh.
Oh. Did it just kick you?
Yeah. Because it's stupid.
Yeah. I'm gonna add more to this at some point, but these are all the games I plan to do at some point. Things that have already been done have been removed. Terraria is still on here because it finished. Terraria. Hold on. With ending. Yeah. Nah. There are quite a few things in here. Now, where is the Pokemon series? Well, there's these. How did I not put Pokemon series as a thing? Oh well. Most of it, yeah, hardcore Minecraft will be fun. But yeah, I bet. Hold on, settings, game. It's not there. Multiplayer, no. I can guarantee that somewhere in the settings, maybe, is a thing for, or it won't be in the game settings, it'll be outside the game settings. 15% of frames have been dropped by the network. Guessing it went red at some point. Yeah, anyway. I do really like the amethyst blocks. I think they were a good idea.
Give me 2 seconds.
Okay, there's a piglet. He escaped. Oh, the big conspiracy. Throwing things is... Oh, the chick escaped. Oh well. Timed it? No. Not time to die. Pigs and cows. Meats and leathers. Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Whichever one it is. This one. Pop drops. What is this one? Efficiency 4. Mine's 2. Fair enough. Kill the arrow. Yeah, is there a crafting table here? One over there, but I'm lazy. I forgot what I was saying, but crafting table. Helmet, I already have chest plate, leggings, boots. Make full. This. Yeah, I don't remember whether or not I've held leather. Because leather could be... Hold the string just to be sure. Leather could be the reason.
Possibly. So with you saying about the having to do it on a ROM, most people who stream Pokemon do that anyway, because you can
Yeah.
add speed ups to it, because it's, especially the old ones, are quite slow.
Yeah. I don't mind doing that. I more mean I'd then have to set up a specific background and everything, because obviously, unless I fit everything or focus only on one screen, it would just look weird.
So that wouldn't necessarily be too difficult to do.
No.
I found a couple of those
Hooray.
skeletons.
Yeah, I don't need one. I already have an enchanted one, but that works. He re-emerged. I have my inventory quite a bit. I need to empty it at some point. I need to sort my stuff out as well. I need to finish many things. I need to do the ceiling here. Need to do the floor here.
There are a couple of sheep here if we wanted to get them.
Yeah, might as well have a sheep farm. Why not?
And if you bring some wheat down to the tree,
Down to tree.
yeah, like by the big tree, there's a couple of them just vibing.
Yeah, I'll make some fences first. Don't know how many we'll need. That many, sure. Yeah, also in the Java world, I've started making stuff very... They can sit down here. I started making stuff very spread out. I might even show it after we finished here. I like doing that, apparently. Come. And then... neither of these in the middle. In that case, I will cheat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I like how I picked up the shears because she said sheep. That isn't really what we're doing. Well, I will actually because I want carpets. Because none of these have carpets, do they? Oh no, they do. I don't know. Anyway, onwards. You can tell in this world I'm not very organised. In the other world I am more.
Yeah, they're here. One's apparently managed to get into here. We need to move to a bit one further away, I think.
They follow so quickly and... ah, oop, I accidentally fed it. Sheep! Come to me! They follow faster. That's nice. Forgot we had so many llamas. No, in this world, I don't know. I think it's just the amount of stuff we have paired with... yeah, the amount of stuff we have paired with how there's both of us. Everything feels so close together.
Hmm. It's not very spread out.
No.
Not
Which
like
is
our
why I
other
built
one.
the cactus farm so far away. Yeah. Actually, I will shear them and make some... there we go. That's what I wanted to do. Carpet. And one of you shall be red. Oop. Did it not? Are you making a baby now? There we go. Make the baby. That one will be red, apparently. Be a red baby. Oh, I should probably give them light. That'd be a good idea. Nope. I feel like I should be aiming at the fence, and then I try and place the torch, and it places it past the fence.
I haven't looked at the kelp farm since you made it. Well, they're just a patch of kelp.
To highlight how long it's been since we've played, and how I genuinely have no idea what I'm doing in this world. Kelp farm?
Well, there's a like random just patch of kelp just
Yeah.
below the farm.
Yeah, I know what you mean now. Yeah. I have a fire aspect sword. It may be time for a animal kill. That is also a good idea. Or maybe not. No, I know what I'll do. Yeah, I know what I'll do. I have a hopper in my inventory as well. I need the shears for this. What I need are building stairs. Yep. A slab. Slabs. And vines. They can be used for ladders. Why not? Water bucket I have. Hopper I have. A chest. 2 chests. More chests. Yeah. Need more wood, but I can just go over to the wood chest over here. Take them. What else do I need? I don't need the fence. The fence can go away. Chickens are here, and then behind them here. Oh yeah, this is what I was doing. Oh, also, something else I should do with a hopper. Put that there, and then I'm going to make a whole load of buckets. I have an idea. How much iron do we have? Quite a bit. Are you likely to go mining soon?
Yeah. There's some mine. There was some iron being smelted in one of the furnaces. But one thing I am thinking is, uh, with how the mining's been going, I've not really been finding much because of how stuff's moved about during the updates, and I haven't found like any coal in like the past 3 trips.
That's why I'm asking how much iron you're going to be collecting, because the reason I made a... I'll do 10 for now. The reason I made a lava farm... Okay, 11, why not? Is because... do this. I made too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chests, actually, that'd be a good idea. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then once that charcoal runs out, it will be running on lava. And because of how the farm works... you then have infinite fuel. See, 3 of them have already filled up. That's why I want to finish this off with a full square.
Yeah.
Because each lava bucket does 100 thingies. So then obviously that's 100 thingies, which you would then struggle with coal. But then the other option is, why don't... If we're that bad for coal, we can just make charcoal.
Yeah, because we have quite a lot of wood now.
Yeah. Which could be a good idea to begin with, because we have so much and we'll be getting more.
That's nice. Found some more diamonds just as soon as I've got back.
Hooray.
A lot of them as well. How many is that? 16.
Also, before I continue this, I have a better idea of what I could be building right now. I'll finish off this square. Because I have a better idea of what I could be building right now. So I may also make some more cauldron. No, there's no need. Eventually I'll have a fully automated system. Filters, lava, a massive lava farm that takes lava from the cauldrons because of a piston feed tape. Piston feed tape and observers. So we'll need the nether for that. And then filters that through into furnaces, and then once the buckets are done, the buckets should come out, and then we can use a proper filter system to take the buckets out, because they're stackable, and you can just fill them in. And then use comparators to allow that. Yeah, that'll work. But the reason that I stopped, and why I'm going to be doing something else, is actually I'm going to use jungle wood for this, because why not?
Oh, more diamonds. Okay, I found a good little section here.
Hooray.
About damn time. But...
Yeah, no, the diamonds in the 1.18 section... Okay, you're not allowed. The diamonds in the 1.18 section are quite common. You just have to go really low for them. Yeah, should I build this? I was going to keep this tree, but this tree can go. Because... here... go as well. This bit... Maybe not. There we go. Not that. This. Alright, then go.
Oh yeah, what's happening with your work now with the new COVID regulations? Is anything changing?
I personally don't know, but I always have a mask on me anyway.
Because I know they're now saying like if you can work from home, do so.
Yeah, no, we're not changing like that. We're not closing.
Yeah.
That looks... Hmm. Yeah, not closing or anything, so that didn't really make a difference. More dirt. Guess what I've just... Oh. They're not the same. That's fine. Sticks anyway. Pick up the block. Okay, it is definitely less responsive. You can see how many attempts it took to pick up the stuff in the inventory. How many signs do we have? Yes, birch saplings, you can live. We have any signs? Oh, we have 6. That works. What are some objectives we have to do at some point? Nether. Actually, no, I won't say sorting system yet.
Oh, you're just making a list.
Yeah, because of how it's only once a week, and sometimes it doesn't even happen on a week. Just makes sense. What else should I put on? Actually, I'll extend onto this storage and sorting, but I'll have it as a different thing. For that, lava farm. Make some more signs. More these. There we go. Yeah, lava farm. Furnace system. Actually, what I might do, just for fun, that is like that, and then across like this. There we go. Just make it look a little bit nicer. These back here. Yeah, this is where the signs can live. That looks stupid. I don't know how the lighting's going to work yet. It doesn't really need any, does it? Yeah, if you can think of another objective to add on, then you might as well. There are signs in chest over here. Also, I know that I put some... Yeah, I know that I put some jungle wood slabs in a furnace, but now I'm going to make some. Or maybe... Actually, maybe. How do these look? Yeah, sure, I need another birch tree. Oh, I know what I can put on it. A bit like that. There you go. All of this started because I wanted to cook some pork chops and I couldn't be bothered to work it out. Yeah, no, the lava farm idea will work perfectly fine. We're already on 5 buckets over here, and obviously we haven't even used any. that? Oh, it's right. That is 4 in total, which is not an easy number to work out. An easy solution to this problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eat eggs for myself, because I have a plan. I'm in there. One of these here. Then we can sleep. Actually, yeah, but more signs in here. Yeah, sleep time. And that way we can actually make some plans and they'll actually happen. Because they're not happening. Or at least mine aren't. Don't know if you know you're muted or not.
I know I did it.
Okay.
I didn't know if I had turned it off or not, but
No, you are still. I didn't even have to look at Discord to know.
I didn't say anything anyway. I've been trying to sort this out.
Oh, yeah. Well, there are the automatic furnaces out here. Well, you could... Actually, that's a good idea. That's a smart idea, me. Hold on, I'll get some iron. That's the wrong chest. Where are hoppers? 1. What's the thing that we'll be using the most furnace for? General. There you go. Now, just work out in terms of hundreds. Oh, it doesn't really matter anyway because we have infinite fuel. Unless, does it eat the bucket? I'm gonna do... Oh, good job, Ray.
If it eats the bucket, that would be unfortunate.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Or something in singular cobblestone. Does it eat the bucket? It does eat the bucket. Or does it poop the bucket out? It poops the bucket out! Hooray!
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Did it? Hold on, does it?
That's annoying. Creeper just blew up near the house.
Oh, where?
By the farm. I had my back to the fence, and I don't know where he came from.
Oh, that's not awful.
No. It dropped this.
Oh, I see. Oh,
I heard it, but by the time I heard it,
oh, did it break some glass? Or is this not glass? I don't remember.
I can't remember if that was a wall or glass.
Where would that have come from? Oh, probably up here. Very many torches up here. We should fix that. It's genuinely gonna be a game of... Oh, I need more birch anyway, don't I? Good remembering me. I need another axe. The annoying thing about creepers, though, is they don't necessarily drop every block. But that's fine, we have loads that we can use for spare. We can make another axe. That's not the right chest. I'm gonna make a diamond axe. Enchant it, why not? I'm gonna make a diamond shovel, then enchant it, why not? Axe. Shovel. Put this one in the spare for my stuff. No. Yes. Yes. That's fine. Here. Yeah, I keep thinking that for some reason be done. I keep thinking that for some reason the ores chest is the bottom chest.
I think it was,
Probably.
but when you did some moving about, it got changed to the top one.
Yeah.
It didn't really matter.
That. There we go. Before I forget, you move there, like that. These can go. Actually, I want more sticks anyway. One of the good things about automatic furnaces, though, is that anything you don't really care about, you can just throw into the fuel hopper, and it'll all just work out. Especially if you have infinite fuel anyway. Need another fence gate, which I should have grabbed, and more fence, which is in the chest. Good thing I made loads, because I knew we'd need more at some point. One gate. I have too much stuff on me anyway. Was there glass here? I genuinely don't remember. I think there
Neither
was.
do I. Yeah, I feel like it must have been, because envisioning it being like dark looks weird.
Yeah. Well, that's the fence prepared. Kind of like it as it is. So if I just... Yeah, actually. Kind of like that. So if I do this... And then... Ooh. What about this? There we go. Some dirt down. Oh, I only have 7. There's number 8. Dirt there. Now the water feature. And then what I can do... I don't know if that's correct or not. Genuinely don't remember. That is definitely not correct. Not where I was aiming. Have that. And then we can add more glass in. Wherever the glass lives. Over here. In this chest. Could be an opportunity to make more glass of another colour. This is where the woolen stuff went. That makes sense. Glass? Because we have a very red house. What about one bit of green? It's near Christmas time.
Why not?
Actually, yeah, why not? That doesn't look bad. We need more. Well, I just need to
Yeah,
dye
like
more
that.
glass.
Not too bad.
Yeah, and for that, we could put some copper blocks around there as well, because they'll turn green. Glass. I need... Put some stuff somewhere. You in there. Why did I get 3 iron? Make an axe. Well, iron, you can now be a bucket. Didn't get the glass out. Go. Yeah, there you go. I think that's fine. Oops.
Yeah, I like it. Looks good from the outside.
Yeah, now what about the face? Yeah, he's missing a bit. However, I did that. That's easy enough to work out. I can literally just look at the other side. Need more fence. Not fence. Stairs. Or... Oh yeah, that's where it lived. It was out here. Why was... I don't know what was out here. This is where it is now. All of these can be made into stairs. Actually, I'll take it with me. Because, knowing me, I didn't use cobbled deep slate. Maybe I did. I did, good. Oh, that's easy. That there. That's the wrong way. There you go. And then fill in that bit, which will be... Okay, good. You can, I've just realised the mistake of what I just did. You walk out of this gate and you're just in the water. Now, if I get the deep slate... Actually, if I get the deep slate, what I can do is this. Go! That works.
I'm gonna go on a little bit of an explore to try and find some coal. I know we don't necessarily need any now, but it'd be nice to just have some.
Yeah. That's there. There we go. Oh, there's pillagers. Hold on, good neighbours. And like any good neighbour, they need to be shot.
Do you need me to come back? Or are you good?
I should be fine. I'm just gonna put some stuff away. I definitely won't need this much. Yeah.
Nice. I found a little pocket of it. Pretty close to the house.
Ooh. Oh! That's interesting. Ow. Did you... Oh no, it's because of the bad omen effect. They're the only ones? Give them? Maybe. Can you not shield and banner in this version? Ow. Interesting. Well then.
So you can't even make your shield look fancy.
No, I don't think so.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, in that case, shield can burn. Open the creeper. Now I'm just going to...
There is a lot of Endermen around here.
Huh. Did a creeper explode here at some point? Or was this me?
Probably a mixture of both.
Yeah, I don't know. It's our newest water feature. Kinda like it. Enough. It's just a random piece of water, but it's not that much damage. Also, the water's flowing, which would be wrong for it being natural. Oh, I've seen a, Oh, did I already have? Oh, fair enough. Or do I have to hit something with it? I don't know. I'm going to talk.
Okay,
Yes.
we've been to this village.
Is it the desert one?
No, it's one just in the trees I randomly found.
Oh, then you're probably over there.
Which direction I was going in now. I think I'm going the wrong
What are
way.
your coordinates?
772161.
772161. Yeah,
I know
you're
which
over
way I
there.
went. Yeah, that's the way I went. But
Yeah, I think I've been there. I think that's the one that I looked at from the pole. Yeah, if you're sleeping, I'll actually.
I wasn't. I tried to place a torch down in a building.
Well, I
In
might,
the
might as well sleep.
I'll have to go back to the thing. Give me
Oh,
a second. That's annoying. Stuck in the river. There we go.
uh, bucket. Lucy's weird. Yeah, this little water feature looks nice. Oh, anyway, what I need to do is milk a cow to get rid of bad omen. There we go. What I might do, just for a little bit of decoration. Oh, and put that in there. Yeah, it's just flowers around. Yeah, there's a creeper that exploded here. Oh, that's it. Oh well. I
This
need
is
more food.
a massive forest biome.
But that's it. Rain. The lava bucket is still going. That's how long 100 blocks worth of ticks last for. Obviously, there's nothing in there.
This is much bigger than I thought it was going to be. There are a lot of trees.
Yeah, what was I building? I was building a chicken hole thing. Double chest. I need another hopper. I use them over there. I'm not going to do one for the food. At some point, I might do one for the food. Because food is the most... Actually, food is probably a good idea. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do one for the food. Suppose... There we go. Yeah. I'm not going to put any lava in it yet. Don't really need to. Actually, from in here, I will take all of this. Just to get the inventory use out of it, I guess. Need a sign, so I'll go over there and get one. No, I don't need a sign. I'll use glass, though. Why not? Yeah. What color glass should I use? I'll use blue. Light blue. Contrast the fate of the chickens.
Found a stack and a half of coal. That should be enough for now.
Yeah, that's decent.
Good thing is I can see your coordinates, so I know the way back.
Yeah. Also, there's that beacon over there. That little one there. Fine. And then eventually when we do a wither, an actual beacon.
The stream is quite laggy for me. I'm not sure whether it's me.
Yeah, this
Or
is
not.
what I mean. It's now red.
Yeah, it's like 10 FPS at best.
Yep. This is what I've been dealing with for the past, like, 2 or 3 weeks. Constantly. This stream has been a lucky one. It's not really been that bad. So far. The recording's fine. This is all network.
I see the big stick now.
Yeah. What, that big stick? Or that big stick?
The really big stick.
Ah, it's in the
Ooh,
desert.
that's
But from the desert one, you can see the house.
Mm.
It's just
a
over
real
there.
good
Which means that... Hold on. That's the ruined portal stick. You can see the really big stick. I'm assuming you're in the birch forest.
Yes. Well, I just exited the birch forest.
Oh.
I'm coming up this cliff face from the.
Oh, then
back.
yeah, you're going up there.
See if there's any more around here. I think I saw a little bit. I can find it.
Well, then I'm assuming you're either over there, or over there.
I'm pretty close to the massive stick.
Oh, then you're probably on...
If you keep looking that way, you should see me. Just pop my head over the top in a second. Whereabouts are you stood?
Out in the open, past where the farms are. But past where the farms are to the left if you're looking out towards the desert.
I should be able to see you.
Yeah, I'm not sure where you are.
I'm on top of the hill. You should be looking. Okay, wait, no. I think I know where you are now.
Unless we just haven't loaded in for each other yet. Hold on,
Maybe
I'll
not.
run forwards.
I feel like I should be seeing you.
Yeah. Say where you are. I'm running towards the hill. Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
see
that
now.
is such a bad render distance for players.
Yeah, we're gone.
So we were right.
Yeah. But
Okay.
the fact that I can see you just stood over there is.
Yeah, literally that little like flat bit there.
I'm not sure why the player render distance is so low. I mean,
Because with Java, either the entity render distance is higher, or because of Optifine, you can turn it up, which I have been doing on Optifine anyway.
but like, it's not like it would be mega performant to put one extra sprite, because even with a group, like massive group of people, it's not even going to be that many compared to like chunks.
No, but
Think what they.
I don't know. The Bedrock Edition is amazing in terms of performance in some aspects, and not very good in others. That's
Well, you
why
can sort of see where it gets the performance from. It cuts more corners than the Java version does, I think.
also, because it's written in C++, it's just so much more efficient. It physically runs better. It is built in better code. Minecraft being in Java, it's completely like insane when on a programming level that it runs as well as it does with how big the game is. Java was never designed for a game that big. But it works. And it works well. For the most part.
How long have we been going for now? Hour and a half?
Yeah, about that. I need more blue stained glass. Blue or light blue?
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
An hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I'll make some extra case. I guess I want to do something different.
I'm still trying to think of the first game I want to stream. I don't really
We'll always
know.
do multiplayer, that's what I did. I miss. Was this blue or light blue dye? Because this stuff in my hand, does it look the same? Oh no, it is. It's just not. Why does that look so weird? I don't know. This is very mean. Yeah, you could all do anything. I think, in terms of actual getting into it, with people is so much easier. I do both. So, I'm just used to it at this point anyway. And the transition between with people and alone isn't actually as bad as you think it would be. I kill them from here. Oh yeah, easy. Yeah, so it's not that bad. Oh, that looks good. This is just reminding me of the auto chicken system. That was great. I have a crafting table here. One over here. Before I make them, double click. Double click. I had to press the double click button. You have another trapdoor. Jungle one. That works.
So I'd like to do one of the like racing sims or something, or do like automation and BeamNG, like building a car, and then just testing it.
Might as well. Well, that was uneventful. One chick. Throw torches around, considering the creeper. Oh, with how lacking we've been with torches, I'm surprised that hasn't happened more, where it's just random enemies that get too close.
Hmm.
I'm half eight. Bad. Do we have any eggs? We don't have eggs stored. Do we have eggs stored anywhere else? I don't think so. I think I threw most of them. No. Okay. Oh, I thought that'd be a problem. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Super chicken. Come here. Up. On the trapdoor. In. There you go. Now I should be able to just... Yeah. Or not. Why is it spawning there? I don't know. I fell in. This isn't going very well. I can escape. That's not where I was aiming. Maybe I can't escape. I've tubed myself.
I see.
No, I can escape. I think. Hold on.
Did you need more eggs? I have 5 if you need them.
Yeah, I will, but I need to make ladders. Ladders should be in here anyway.
It's like 127 hours.
Can you not place ladders on glass in this version? That's stupid.
The chicken's just looking at you disapprovingly.
Yeah, you can't place ladders on glass. You can in Java.
I think one of the chickens escaped. Can't let that happen.
Yeah, he didn't escape, he just never went in the first place.
Well, he's dead now.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
But yeah, here are eggs.
Hooray. Because the thing is, for some reason... Oh yeah, if I'm going to do this, I probably shouldn't have it be... I think I should actually have... There you go. Ladders. Just because someone might fall in. Yeah, I don't know why it's spawning the chickens so high.
Wow, I've just seen the stream is so far behind.
Yeah, I know.
I've looked up and I've only just given you the eggs.
But do you want to know something stupid? Pause and unpause the stream so it like catches up.
Well, I just refreshed the page.
Yeah, all that.
Oh, it just.
Yeah, I know.
I
That's
presume you
fine.
didn't.
I went off the game. But you see here, I have a speed test. It eventually loads. See, I have a speed test now. I'm assuming you can see that. Or is it really that far behind?
I'm still looking at chickens, even though I just refreshed it. 1 second.
Wow.
Refresh it again. It's still behind.
That is bad.
Oh, it's just opened.
Anyway, I'll press it.
And then it closed. I completely missed it.
No, it's fine, because it's... Yeah. You'll see the speed test being done.
Yeah, I just did one of the Google ones while I was waiting. We got
Yeah, but-
68.5 down, 18 and a bit up.
The thing that's stupid is it doesn't matter what the result is. That result is not the best anyway. It's not normally that low, it's normally more like 18. But then notice how as soon as I do the speed test...
They will suddenly be like, oh, you could.
Yeah, I mean, it should be, unless it's actually going to stay red this time. It's going to stay red. That's rare. Oh no. And... green. There you go. Literally just because I did the speed test. And I have no idea why.
You should set up a program to have it like run permanently on a loop in the background while you stream.
Stupid thing is though is that I would. But the stupid thing is that that proves that it's a fixable issue. Or an issue that's being ignored or a programmed in flaw with the system. I should not have to do a speed test to get my upload speed back to where it should be. That is a reactive increase because as someone who does computer things and likes computer things, you can look at that and go, that's not right. The speed is reactively increasing because it's being tested. The stimulation of testing it, while it's being tested, but afterwards, pushes it up to what it should be. It'll fall back down in a bit, like half an hour at most. 10 minutes probably. Maybe even probably 5 actually. It won't be very amazing. But that's not the point. The point is that all that will happen... Oh no, they are spawning down there now. I don't understand. The point is that what will happen is it will do a speed test and then it will shoot back up for some reason. Back up to perfectly fine. Almost as if it gets woken up and the throttle has been removed. Which is stupid because internet throttling is a thing that's supposed to be a myth. Or at least we don't really do that to you. Only if you're really, really overusing it, which I'm not. I don't even stream at 1080p. I stream at whatever stupid number, 868p or something. 64, I don't know. But that is what I have been doing. I'm gonna breed some more sheep. Make a pink one. I think they need a bigger pen. Oh no, that is what I've been dealing with the past few weeks. And I don't know why. If I did know why, it would be so much easier. Also, this may or may not have been where we said we were going to build a house thing at some point, but it's now the sheep farm. This world has so little planning in it, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
One day in this world, I'm going to go mining, though, because it is... The 1.18 mining is fun once you find a giant cave.
I'm yet to find anything yet. It's quite disappointing so far.
Yeah, unless for some reason this version of the game does just fill the space between preloaded chunks, which I think it shouldn't, because that'd be stupid. This 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is symmetrical. Fair enough. Yes, game. I was looking at that sheep. Good thing I wasn't holding out my diamond axe, which may or may not actually one-shot sheep regularly. I don't know. Anyway, both of you make a baby. Why is that baby not pink? That isn't how the sheep are meant to work in this game, but okay. Fair enough. Anyway. One of you can also now be... Okay, I thought for some reason I only had 3 sheep, not 4. And I got very confused when I saw 3 adult sheep. But you grew up fast. No, I didn't. Put the wheat back. And in here, take a white dye. Pink. And then put... We already have pink dye, I'm blind. Put pink dye on the pink sheep. Or future pink sheep. Unless they are purely based on their parents' colours, in which case that isn't how sheep are meant to work in this game. Yeah, no, for now, I don't think we should cull any chickens, because we need the eggs for the... It's basically an egg farm, but it's just a really, really compact chicken farm, and it's going to be easier to kill.
I feel like we should also split up the cows and the pigs at some point.
Yeah, I did notice that earlier, and thought they got a bit too out of hand, because initially it was just to contain them, and now it's actually just how they are.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is working now.
Oh, the sheep is pink.
Yeah, I dyed it.
Oh, okay.
Do I have these on me? I do, good. Yeah, this is stupid, because chickens were spawning low down, then one of them decided to spawn high up. I don't know, I think with spawning chickens you have to be more careful than you are in Java. Chicken, you're not stupid. Chicken, you're stupid. There you go. Figure it out. Come up here.
Were we gonna put the enchanting stuff on the big cross?
It was gonna be a floating island, but yeah, they were gonna go there. I haven't built it yet. That's why it's just down there on the floor. That's a bow. That's a carrot. There you go.
I wonder how the cactus farm's doing.
That's a good question. I saw you just jump off. I'll put the fence back in the wood chest. I'll join you. That's not wood.
I knew you could live it, so I just walked off. I did try and get to the
Yeah, you could
tree,
live that.
but I was not that concerned.
I don't know if it would have thrown anything out, but they should all be fully
Yeah.
grown by now, or at least mostly.
Yeah, we got a stack in a bit.
Oh, okay, that's
already.
faster than I thought it would be. What time? Oh, I know, we've been playing for longer than I think. Also,
Yeah,
that
'cause it's
grass is not really growing. There's not really any reason to go in there. There's also no way out. I should add a ladder. I should add a ladder. Hold on. I don't know how many ladders we have. Oh. It's double clicking so hard in this version of the game. Why is mouse movement in general so hard in this version of the game? There you go. Go.
okay. We've got a stack and a half of charcoal and a stack of coal that's
Yeah, that's
not being
good.
used for anything. That should keep us over for a while.
That shouldn't go there. That should go. Perfect. Perfect number. Don't tell me you can't do that game. Well, you can, but maybe you are right. Maybe I should move it over by one. Did they go in? Oh no, they didn't. Good. There you go. Oh, there's cactus. Yeah, cactus farm looks like it's doing well. I'll actually just plant some torches around on it to look nicer. There's the center line. I think this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Now do this, then run back. Oops. Someone really wants my attention. I just see my phone going. Center line. This is center, isn't it?
It's just
Oh, that's
all your women need your attention.
It's actually a girl. Not in that way though. But it's funny that you said that.
That was a bit too quick to cover up. My suspicion is increased.
What, with a girl who doesn't actively want relationships? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my way down? The ladder, probably. An Enderman. Nah. If I hit him with a sword, I'll just set him on fire, then I'll just teleport around. That was a creeper there, I didn't even see. Doesn't help I wasn't looking at the screen. Ding. The ding is easily one of the best things, and it's so simple.
Mm. It's quite nice.
There's a creeper out there somewhere. Also, I said I was gonna put, Oh, that's it. Come in here. Look at the lighting. That's where the sun is.
Very nice.
Yeah, I said I was gonna put copper around here, but I don't think we really need it. It's so bright.
It could look nice, though it does also look nice without it.
Yeah, I
Could
think
be
I'll
worth
leave
it.
it. Why are there so many bees? Or have you just been planting that many trees that have beehives on them by chance?
Well, I just keep putting trees there, and then the ones that get beehives on them, I don't get rid of because bees. So I've just sort of
Yeah, with
they just keep sort of appearing.
with Silk Touch, we can make a honey and honeycomb farm, which is probably what we'll do. Also, it turns out you can make artificial beehives, like bee houses. I think they're just called hives anyway. But you need honey to do it first, which is fair enough.
Yeah, I harvested the sugarcane a bit ago as well, so there's a few stacks of sugar in the chest now.
Sugarcane or sugar?
Or sugarcane. I've just sort of left it as that.
Okay. Did I do any of these? No. I didn't write this one down. Oh, I know what one should be. Under One. More iron. Just because we'll need so much of it for all the cauldrons and things. I think the vines here look nice. They aren't getting in the way, at least yet. I have to trim them at some point, though.
I think what I'm going to do with the mine now is just keep going on my like main shaft forwards until I find a cave system instead of, because I've sort of been leaving a big gap and then branching out either side to try and find a good place because of how weird it's been with its spawning stuff.
Yeah, it could be worth making a mine in. Are the vines growing sideways?
Can they do that?
Apparently. You know what I don't like about phones? You can do a thing, that one. My brain stopped. But you can do something on it, and then you go to tap something, and then a pop-up, or whatever, something just comes up, and your finger taps that instead. And you had no way. Like, no way of knowing.
It is quite annoying.
Yeah, today is not a speech day, which is funny. It's a stream day. Ooh. More chickens for more eggs. Maybe. You know, we should definitely filter out the eggs from the cows. I know how we're going to do that. We just need fence and to make a hole, because pigs are 1 block high, cows are not. It's quite simple, actually. That one. There we go. Hold on.
RT's streaming Minecraft as well.
Well, that'll be why. Oh, I would say that'll be why we don't have any viewers. No, it's not. It's because Minecraft is oversaturated and there's no reason to watch me.
RT's stealing all our viewers. Who does he think he is?
Some people genuinely think like that though, and it's funny.
I know, it is quite funny.
But yes, this person who's genuinely got a massive fan base, who would watch him literally watch paint dry because they did, versus someone who no one has ever heard of and plays things that no one watches. Which one do you think is the real reason? No, I will actually be adding in more stuff. It's the thing that I don't understand, and obviously there are commitments though, is the amount of people who are like, hey, this is good, I'll come back, and then just don't. Where should the pigs go? That's a good question. Yeah, no, but no, there are, like, well, people who are like, oh yeah, that's a great game, I play it loads, and then they just never turn up again. Which is their own choice. I'm not necessarily annoyed about it, I just don't fully understand it. I say that as someone who watches Twitch on and off. Not really very much. Not anymore. Yeah, I am going to move the piggles. So many. I think the pigs should live here. I don't need very big of a pen because realistically they're for food only. Not gonna have very many. Baby sheep sound like car horns. That's amazing.
I sort of how sometimes you break stuff in this game and it just blips back into existence.
That's been a thing in Java as well. Oh, that's...
It's noticeably worse on this though.
It would be because it's online.
I never really had that much of a problem with it before.
Oh yeah, it could also be because it's ray traced as well though, because it seems to slow down the whole game. That is probably part of why there's so many issues that we're talking about, because it's having to handle all of the lighting as well. Which, even though it's in the graphics card, it's still dragging on the performance a lot. It obviously still has to go through the CPU at some point. Good defense, actually.
Because like Minecraft itself is quite.
Oh, there are baby cows in here. Do I do this yet?
Maybe? I don't know. But yeah, like Minecraft itself is like a very CPU intensive game, but then ray tracing is
Yeah, but like,
incredibly GPU.
yeah, well, it's only using 40% of my CPU. Not very much. Oh, it's back in red. I'd be like
But compared
this.
to like other games,
Yeah.
it does use the like the speed of your CPU seems to impact
Yeah, it will.
performance significantly more.
Yeah, I'll move the pigs over now. All of you pigs, follow me! So many pigs.
Have we walked into Twitter?
I was gonna say the Houses of Parliament.
No, that's where the clowns are.
Yeah, my I don't normally bring up political views, but I'm in the middle. Like, literally, in terms of what I care about, as far as I care, the perfect political party is one that is made to work together of people from both sides, as in the most middle you can get, because there's no way they'd ever do it by themselves. But, yeah, that's because I don't like any of them. At all. There's obviously what's going on now, but then would the other side do any better? Probably not. Pigs, you're not idiots. Yes, you are. You're all very, very stupid. You did the exact same thing again, even after I solved the problem.
Because like politicians are basically the original influencers.
Yeah, but the thing that I read it, read something interesting a few days ago, which sums it up perfectly. People who are smart have many doubts. People who are dumb are confident in themselves, to generalize. There's more to it than that. But basically, the people who understand that there's more to stuff than they know will doubt everything. The people who are 100% confident in what they know will think there's nothing more to learn. So then all that you get are... I have nothing to sell me, but I want more leads.
Are we adding to the alpaca farm?
No, they got angry at me.
Oh.
Oh well. I want leather though. Whee! Hey, that's it. Bundles. That's what I was going to look at. How do you make bundles? Cannot make it right now. In general. I don't know. But yeah, like, whatever I was saying about things. I don't remember. None of the baby cows came out. That's surprising. Or they all grew up. Or they all escaped. I don't think they escaped, though. But yeah, like... The reason politics is stupid to bring up is because everyone has an opinion and it's all fueled by emotion, which is obviously the worst kind of argument. Because that means people stop thinking rationally partway through, which isn't always good. But yeah, it's... Actually, I will keep the carrots. I'll put... Where should I put the leads? I guess in tools. That's where the other ones are. The sheep have eradicated the grass. There's only 4 of them. Can you see the cactus farm working? I'm sure you can if it does anything. Yeah, no, it's all just... stuff. Stuff to not really bring up. Oh, right, I just bred them, didn't I? Okay. They'll burn. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. There's no default sweeping edge in Bedrock because the combat system is different. Go. 33 pork. That's a brown sheep. Don't go in the... We have brown dye anyway, it's fine. That sheep wanted to be a chicken. He died. This is where it turns out you've made some super amazing philosophical thought and you've been muted the whole time.
Probably for some of it, I moved in my chair.
Oh.
It's quite squeaky, so I tend to like mute it when I move.
I don't, I just deal with it. Yeah, like that. Oh, don't do that. There we go. Do you have... That's your bed, so I'm guessing you don't have your bed.
No, but I can come up. Yeah, I'm
What time of night is it?
very upset with how little caves I found, in that being 0.
It's almost midnight. Very far. Oh yeah, I feel about that gold. Yeah, might as well. But no, it's all just... It's gone too far now. To just put my piece in. Like the vaccine thing. People are saying no to vaccines because it's... No, to put perfect piece of perspective. You know that we have the vaccine passports, as they're calling them. The little pieces of card that tell you that you've had your vaccines at certain dates.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a chance that maybe things will be locked out unless you've had your vaccines and you can prove it. Which is done for the reason of it's where a lot of people will be and it's a deadly virus, so let's stop the spread. That bit I understand and agree with. The bit I don't agree with is how far it will go in future. Personally, because how do you know how long it will go for? Don't. What happens when the next outbreak happens? Do we go through all of this again? And then the outbreak after that? Because it will happen and they'll happen more frequently. Because that is development. But yeah, aside from that, what I don't like from people is the whole comparing it to things that are completely unrelated. According to certain people on Twitter, as in it was trending for a while, people were comparing vaccine passes to the health passes of Nazi Germany, saying we live in a Nazi state and that the government are Nazis. Somehow.
People who clearly know little to nothing about the Nazis and the Nazi regime.
Yeah. Which is, well, a lot of people don't know many things about them. Spider, die. And as someone who actually did history, even if it was only for GCSE, like, we focused quite a bit on World War II. Hitler did many things.
Do you know one of the more like backhanded things that he did to like the country as a whole? Is that you know how he helped design the Beetle?
Yeah.
They gave people these like cards, and basically what you do is like you'd pay like however much a month to get a sticker on a card, and like once you'd fill the card, you could trade it in for a car. But sort of like a McDonald's coffee, and people were like spending all the money on these things. Like children were helping buy them with like their
chickens.
And then, but what they did is they never actually bothered to check in all the orders, well, most of the orders, and just used the money to just fund the war effort. But they were like, "Oh no, the war started. We have to use your money for someone else. Sorry, bye."
Well, but that was the plan all along.
Pretty much, yeah.
That sounds about right. will be fine for that. But yeah. Oh, I still have the jungle planks on me. I'll put them away. We have jungle trees anyway, so it doesn't really matter to save them.
With the eggs, do I just lob them in?
Yeah, but do it slowly, because if you do it too quickly, you can basically launch chicken out.
Okay.
That's why they haven't been escaping, they've been, like, being beaten out of the hole. Quite a few of them are adult now. Yeah, it's an egg farm, but it also works to serve as a chicken slaughter farm, because I have a fire aspect sword, so we'll just get killed chicken from it.
Excellent.
And then obviously there's this farm over here, which... I'm pretty sure I break very certain animal rights rules in Minecraft every time I play. That definitely does. The amount of,
I'm pretty sure we break all of them pretty much every single time we play.
Well, we had the accrue. We had the... What was the chicken one called?
Washing machine.
Yeah, the washing machine. Which was even worse than this one, because they were constantly waterboarded.
I love how we both remember the washing machine, the medieval torture device, and just both start maniacally laughing. Because it's funny.
Yeah, they're virtual animals. They have no minds. It's fine. If anyone did it in reality, they deserve to be shot. But it's not, so... Over-attachment to video game things is another thing that annoys me, but that's different. Some people are just like that. But that's a good thing, because it shows that they're compassionate. But no, I am genuinely... Yeah, like that, these two. I don't have seeds on me, do I? No. Well, they can be free reign. They can...
It's like the video from The Last of Us, where that girl, she's streaming it, and there's a cutscene with the rabbit.
Oh, is that Last of Us or is that Horizon?
Yeah, that's Last of Us.
Oh, yeah, and then she just starts crying because of it, because it got shot, and it's like, yeah, that's called food.
Yeah, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I saw it within the last few months, so I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite videos of all time. Because you can understand why she was in such a frail state, because that game is actually if you just sit down and play it over a fairly long period of time, especially in an evening, it's quite tense. And that bit has happened just after a major fight scene, someone's just got injured, and then it just cuts to one of the very few cutscenes, and then it's like, oh, cute rabbit, twang.
There should be a crafting table here, sure. I'm just placing crafting tables around because there's never enough. Same as beds. I might genuinely place random beds around too.
More chickens. More chickens. Oh, I've attracted the 2 baby chickens.
Yeah?
Oh, and this one as well. Yes, come to your doom, chicken. You fool.
There's a new sheep. He wants to be involved. You and you.
Oh, nice. The other 2 went and stood on the chest and jumped in.
Oh, that's stupid. Okay, that is how it works in this game.
What?
Sheep colours don't mix. You have to dye them individually, even though in Java you dye a sheep red and another one yellow, and then you breed them and it gets orange. In this game, I did one of each and it made another red. That isn't how that works. You have to.
Wait, they still make a colour.
They make one of the parent colours, but they don't make the mixed colour, which is different to Java. In Java, they make the mixed colour.
I thought it would be nothing, because it would dyeing a sheep red doesn't make red baby. But
No, it changes the genetics of the sheep. It's weird. Minecraft is odd.
Yeah, it's a weird mix between the two, which is very unsatisfying.
Yeah, which is annoying because that means that I now have to dye each sheep individually. So what I'm gonna do is make a chest. Crafting table. Just a simple chest. Put it over there with all the dye colours. Oh, and brown, actually. I need to do brown. Where's our thingy farm over here? I think there may even be some in the chest, but I don't really care. Cocoa beans. I like that board. Also, if you use glow ink on a sign, it makes it glow. Well, we don't need 2 whites, so this white can now be brown. We also don't need this white, so this white can now be green. Need that, that, and that. And how many others? Oh, that can go away. I instinctively walked towards the drop. Oh yeah, that's another thing to add.
Is the floating island on there?
It will
I know
be.
it's going to be quite easy to remember because
Yeah,
big
that's what I
outfit
just
of them.
thought. Oh yeah, that's what I should have had. Chapman Island, what I'm gonna call it.
Mm.
We're gonna need to like do it properly. I think it'll be more of a later game thing when we have more tools, just to make it faster. We can gather
Yeah,
materials
we
better.
want we want to have like been to the Nether and stuff
Yeah,
because Nether materials are nice.
that and just it'd just be easier. Let's go see how much the cactus farm has done in the last like half hour. So it was what, a stack and a bit?
Yeah, it was like a stack and a half, pretty much.
In
Maybe
the
a bit
last
less
half hour. Yeah, luckily this is all within the same like rendered set of chunks. So
so
it will
it
be
keeps
so,
going while
yeah.
we're there. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. Wait, I have questions. 2 stacks in a bit. I was correct in the way I did that. It will fill up the chest and then the hopper, and then move on to being composted. But because of when I was testing it, I was throwing in multiples at a time. And that's why it was being dragged through both at the same time. When it's singulars, it does go down the priority lines. That makes sense.
So it will fill up the normal chest and then
Yeah, the store. That's why I haven't done very much for the that chest. It's only 1 double chest. You could even just make it a single chest, really. But yeah, that's so it's all going compost.
I accidentally chucked a baked potato in there when I was trying to eat it.
Yeah, you can compost many things. I don't think you can do bamboo, but you can do sugarcane, which could be a good thing to put by the sugarcane farm. Actually, you can just get loads of bone meal. That's a good idea. Hold on. Need to put that there. Orange. Okay, orange dye because you've come in my inventory so many times. You can go there. What else? Lily pads. Yeah, sure. You could probably go sleep. Actually, it'll stop the rain.
I do like how nice the like lava platform looks in the dark.
The top one or the bottom one?
The top one, because it all like reflects down on the like stalagmites or whatever the hell they're called. I always mix them up. Stream is very far behind again.
Yeah, but it's green. Good.
It's
Oh, yeah, that's
refreshed.
what. Yeah, I just leave it at this point. Yeah, in the amount of time that like we've gotten however many ore. 12 gold, 4 iron, a few blocks of raw copper, which may have been in there initially anyway. I want to test something. Yeah, I want to test something. If I take a blocks of raw copper, can you smelt them into blocks of copper? Because the raw ore blocks are just generally a thing anyway. They are just underground. You can get blocks of raw iron, which is just 9 iron ore in 1. You can't fortune it though, which is unfortunate. They don't break up.
I just found cacao beans on the floor.
Oh, that was me.
That was it. Okay. I shall put them somewhere.
Yeah, it's because we don't really have much of a use for them.
Spider, give me string. Give me string.
Yeah,
Give string.
we need a bit of
Oh,
string.
it was a lie.
Um, what was I making? I was making a hopper, and I was gonna make a composter.
Damn it.
Make 12. Become very loose with crafting now. Fine. And I want... Yeah, 2. No, I don't. I want 3. 4. Yeah, I want 4. I'm good at this. Hopper. I want... 1, 2. There you go. Because, if I go over to the sugarcane farm... Yes, Brain, you know exactly where I wanted to go. Into a wall.
Oh, I've just harvested some of it. There's a bunch of it in the chest.
That's fine, because what I can do is...
What's it doing? Find a place for these.
Chest. Hopper. Composter. Hopper. Chest. Oh, that did look the right way. Good. Now what you can do, because I'll leave a stack in there, but there you go. Just make some bone meal. Why not?
At least this noise is far enough away that we can't hear it now, and it's not on top of our house. That was a suboptimal decision.
I found it funny. I didn't mind it.
Well, it was funny, like the first 3 streams after it was done, and then afterwards it was like, what the hell is making all that noise?
Yeah, but I never forgot you did.
Well, I'd forget in like the first 5 minutes. They'll be like, oh yeah, it's that. Of course it is. And then it would just be, I just wouldn't be able to unhear it.
Can you smelt? No, you can't smelt full blocks of copper. That's fair enough. In that case, then. No, well, no, I'll leave it. That's a full 16 anyway, so that shouldn't cut into the things. Again, that lives there.
That was a lot of eggs. This is good.
Yeah, at some point the chickens might start squishing each other into death. But oh well. It's already 9:15. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Lily pad the cocaine farm. Or maybe lily pad the regular farm. Lily pad this farm. The lily pads are weirdly shiny. I think I have enough, or maybe I don't. I don't think I do. No, I don't. Oh well. Where did I get the lily pads from? Which direction was the swamp?
I can't remember.
I
It
don't
wasn't
know.
the way that I went, because that was a big forest.
Maybe? These vines here are very useful for getting on top of this tree.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay. There's a couple more chickens in there now.
a couple.
Yeah, I only
Back in the
dumped
red.
like 4 stacks of eggs into them.
Maybe it was over there. I went there. I know the jungle was somewhere too. I'm gonna go on an explore for... Ooh, more spiders. I'm gonna go on and explore for another swamp. I feel like could be this way. I have no idea though.
Should probably stop at some point.
1/2 past?
Yeah.
1/4 hour. I'm not gonna go very far because I might as well come back. I'm not going to bother putting that on the signboard because it's quite obvious we need more lily pads. Or I just stop out in the middle of nowhere and get very confused next week. Also, I learned recently that you can repair iron golems by using iron on them, which makes sense. But, yeah. Is that... Yes, it is. There are chunk borders. Over here is entirely new chunks. Our village. Yes. I don't think we've ever been there then.
We haven't been that way, really. We've been pretty much every other direction.
This
at least
way...
a little.
I was about to press F3. Wait, it's this way. Sun is... setting, so that is west. Which means I'm going south. That's still not food. Yeah, we haven't really been south. I've just found a village, which will hopefully mean more loot. We've got savannas all around. Yeah, here's some of the biome blend stuff working. That tree got shredded. Which is, oh well. Yeah, I think the swamp is actually in the other direction. I think it's north or northeast or something.
Oh, this is what you're doing with the lily pads?
Yeah. Might as well. Then you can just run across them. Oh, blacksmith. Nice. More furnaces. Maybe I leave them. Do we have a grindstone? I don't think...
Yeah.
We do, okay.
I think so, yeah.
Oh! There is no chest here. There's also no furnaces. We been here? There's also no blast furnace. And that door's open. Okay, maybe we have been here then.
Was that the one you went to at the beginning of the stream?
I don't know.
I think you went that way.
Yeah, but this is obviously where there's been chunks that have been edited though, because those trees should not be like that. There's a village there. And over there.
There are a lot of villages very near us, and it's making it quite difficult. We should put like one of the big pillars in the ones where we've been, so we can just know.
Yeah, probably.
Might be easier.
I've already left the other one. I don't know if we've been over here. You know what? I'm gonna make a boat. I should have made full diamond armor, really. Oh, do you actually need a, actually need a thing? Oh, you do? Enough. I am double clicking. Are you having issues with that?
I haven't been doing much of it,
Oh.
but it hasn't been smooth for me. That's for sure.
Well, over there is a pillar. What's that pillar for? Is that the spawn pillar? Or are we around our spawn? I don't remember. This is the problem with pillars, is I should label them.
Make them out of different material.
Yeah, maybe. What is this pillar? The only explanation I can think of is this is spawn.
Yeah, I seem to remember spawning on a little island.
I can look afterwards anyway. The boat holes. Yeah, what I did in my single-player Java world is instead of building a pillar, I built a little ruined portal. Ooh, I might go over there next. So I built a little, like, statue, monument thingy. What over here? I don't see any villagers or beds. Then I've only opened one house. Where are villagers? Are there chests? Beds. Well, there's a bed. Do you have yours?
Yeah, that can do.
I want to say we've probably already been here. I think that's the village I just came from. Yeah. Also, the more I'm seeing videos on storage servers, the more I'm thinking I want one. Well, I know I want one anyway. If I had more space, well, I do actually have space to put one.
Did you see the Linus video that yesterday? I think it was.
Yeah, that is one of them. But I just watched some of the older ones and other people as well. Oh, there is still hay here. Maybe we haven't been here. Very empty though. But yeah, no, storage server would be useful for me because I plan to start doing exclusively not exclusively videos. That's not what I mean. Videos that are not just stream videos. That one.
Yeah.
Which means it would make sense because with them, it's not a good idea to delete all of your old stuff as you go. It's good to just archive it, which is fine for now because I still have a terabyte left. Also, oh, there is a chest here.
Why has my taskbar suddenly decided it wants to come up?
Probably where your mouse is at.
Yeah, the most recent update of this has made the taskbar be really funny.
Oh, that's just a village map now.
And by funny, I mean annoying. It just keeps
Yeah.
randomly deciding it wants to be hidden by full screen content and not, and then coming up sometimes and then not other times. It's
Did you ever get off that broken version?
no, I'm still there for now because I can't be asked to deal with changing it at the minute. I know it wouldn't necessarily be that hard, but the stuff that's wrong with it, it's not really that bad. It's just sort of,
What was that
and
real
then it
ball?
sort of fixes stuff.
Cactus. Oh, there it is. Went too far one way.
I think I'll just wait until SteamOS gets released, or the new version.
I've been tempted to do. Oh, there's an ocean monument here.
Excellent.
As in, I probably just swam straight over it. Oh, I am swimming straight over it. There's an ocean monument at spawn. That'll be good to remember. You won't remember it though.
Wait, didn't we see it?
Probably.
I remember us pointing at something. I might be making that up, but I swear I remember us being like, "There's a thing under there." Being like,
Oh no,
"That's cool."
yeah, there is an ocean monument. Like I just went straight over it. Do we have mushrooms?
We have a couple.
In here. Oh, there's still a chest. We have magma blocks. I think we do.
Yeah, because they were placed.
Oh yeah, because we had another room portal somewhere, didn't we?
Yeah, we've got 11 brown and 8 red.
Okay, that's fine. Why not? I take the chest. Oh yeah, right. I have. How long is it for? Do I not get timers? Yeah, I'll leave the mushrooms then. I'll get the crying obsidian. Oh yeah, right. I have. Mining fatigue is annoying. Efficiency 2 on not bedrock. Netherrack takes that long.
That's annoying.
Yeah, that's because of miner fatigue. It's because The Elder Guardians give it to you to make you have to actually do the temple. I think it lasts for a few minutes. I found the Dark Oak Forest. If I find a cow, that'll be fine, because I can just use the milk. But I need a cow. So we don't really need crying obsidian anyway, we can just trade for it in the nether if we want it. Nether will be very nice though when we go there.
I am looking forward to that.
Dark Oak Forest. Could get some Dark Oak saplings. How fast do they break? Not very. Is there a cow anywhere? Like a cow. I'm just running off into the wilderness. It's fine, I have the coordinates saved somewhere. Or I could just ask you.
Yeah.
Dark Oak Forest. You can see it in the stream anyway. But this is very nice in ray tracing. Cool. Well, as it says, it's a dark forest. There's a sheep. Yeah, I'm surprised there's no thing. Oh, and there's God Rays. Hooray. Yeah, this is nice. I've actually seen one of these biomes in ray tracing yet. Yeah, the mining fatigue that they give you basically makes it so you have to do adventure mode through the temple, which is fine. Not awful. But it's annoying when... Oh, I literally couldn't see it until I was right on top of it because of how the water light works. And even then I can only barely see it because of the sea lanterns.
So we're just gonna end with you in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, probably.
Nice.
I found an ocean. This isn't what I'm looking for. Neither's that. I'm looking for a swamp for lily pads. Well, in reality, I'm just doing an explore. Because as much as mining is in the name of Minecraft, I actually... Well, the changes will make it more interesting, but because of how long it's been since the changes... Like, since before the changes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely just stopped caring. That's why in these worlds I'm not really mining very much. I'm running around and getting my... Well, either leeching off you, but it's a team effort because I build the things. Well, certain things. Or I'll just go out and get it this way. Like I found iron nuggets in one of those chests. If you get a treasure chest thingy, then you can just do it that way. Get diamonds that way. You literally never have to mine in the game. Every single ore can be gotten from a chest in at least some way. Or another means that isn't to do with mining. Same as villager trading. Oh, mining fatigue's gone, good. Same as villager trading. Villager trading lets you get most, if not all, ores. And even redstone. Well, this is a nice cave. Underwater one. That's not right. Yeah, even redstone you can get from cleric villagers. Which is not worth it. 1 emerald for 2 pieces of redstone, but if you have the correct farms and trading systems set up, you can get unlimited emeralds, meaning that you can get pretty much anything for free. Another desert, but I don't think there's very much here. No. More one. Even smaller than the one near us. Well, you can see it. I want to say that that way is home, but I'm not actually sure. I'm like 70% sure it's way behind me. I don't know if in Bedrock you lose saturation faster, but I feel like I'm having to eat a lot more in this version. Oh. Got some of them. This is an interesting biome blend ravine. Grass fell down. Oh, that is deadly. I almost fell in that because of the vine. That. You know all of like the videos, like manhunts and other things like hide and seek, where you're trying to kill them. Imagine that. You just punch them in there. Also, that looks very nice. Guessing you've probably muted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the ravine?
Yeah. It's quite funky.
Yeah. Yeah, but I only noticed it because of the grass, and because it was just the grass, I thought it was only a small ravine, and then I looked down and it was just straight to lava. So as a person who may or may not have done geology at some point, is lava less than a kilometer underground?
I mean, you can find it pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. Well, when you think about it, yeah, I'm on Y60, which means that each
I mean,
block
as long as you're near like a plate boundary, you can pretty much find it wherever because it sort of just does whatever the hell it wants.
Yeah. But no, like, so what this is telling me is that in less of a distance than... I should have stolen a bed. Oh. Yeah, and even less of a distance than me walking to secondary school, because it was obviously very, very close to the house. I can find lava by walking down through the earth, because that is only 50 meters away according to the game, which isn't very far. Ow. Yeah, I will stop in a minute. I'm just looking around. I think here is actually a good place to stop because I'm, like, in the middle of water where I should be safe.
Yeah.
But,
Should do it there then.
yeah, though I am noticing a skeleton coming over to me. Oh yeah, right, I have to aim lower. Oh, there we go, he's dead. Yeah, so... Didn't quit. That wasn't bad. Why is... Oh yeah, right, because there's a, there was a version update, wasn't there?
Hmm.
That looks so ugly. Yeah. Anyway. Actually, I'm gonna quickly look. That's accessibility. Of, okay, maybe it's not in here. The stupid going idle makes the process pause. I'm guessing is what's happening. Because it has to reload in quickly. Yeah. Anyway. We should probably end. It's like 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.